Good afternoon, fans, and welcome here to Mork Softball Field at Ed Cruzy Stadium as we're looking at game number 2 in this SCAC Conference Series between the St. Thomas University Celts and your Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. I'm Sydney Cox, back on the call here today, and we got Maddie Johnson with us, Maddie J in the booth. She's joining us here today. I know you weren't here to watch the game, but do you have any thoughts on yesterday's game?
Yeah, I was watching it at home, and it was a good game. It was enjoyable. It was a little too close for comfort, but also you know where I'm from. And but I think Hughes pitched a really good game yesterday for St. Thomas, and I mean essentially that's what held the Bulldogs to one run, and then a couple errors from the Bulldogs that were costly. I mean, you have to play clean softball, and honestly, it was clean until I'd say the sixth inning. That's when it got a little out of hand, and in tight games like that, you can't give up those little errors, but I'm excited. Let's get this game going.
Yep, and Rebecca Archibald's going to lead things off here for the Celts. She was 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk, and I think her hit kind of came at the right time late in the game. She hit against Amanda White and then Ainsley Davis, two Bulldogs who threw, I believe, combined through the same amount of pitches as Allison Hughes for the Celts. And Howard here is quickly behind in the count, 2-0.
Archibald is a scrappy player, and she's always been scrappy since she came in, and she's going to find a way to get on base for St. Thomas, and she's a good bat to have in the lineup.
And she's so fun to watch. I think she's fun to watch because she is scrappy.
I agree.
You know, she's a good athlete. She's quick, good left fielder for the Celts. And she just kind of does a good job of doing her job. That one there will be flied out to center field. And real quick, let's take a look at the lineup here for the Celts. Coming up now is going to be Simmons, followed by Bennett, Crumrin, Morris, Heenkin. New in the lineup today is going to be Zosiah. That's Anna Zosiah. Then Lindsay Gonzalez and Delaney Moreno will finish it up for the Celts.
I think what's crazy is that we were just talking about how it feels like these girls have been here forever, but they've started since they were freshmen, so it just feels that way. But they're also only juniors. They've only been here for 3 years, and I feel like I've seen them every year I've been at TLU. And
I think you have, better, too, especially with Jalen Simmons. I was talking yesterday, so I couldn't remember. Did she win Freshman of the Year, or did her and Faith tie for that?
I think she got Freshman of the Year. That's a nice catch by Harley Russell in foul territory for out number 2.
How the heck did she just do that? That's a good catch there. She ran a long way for it as well. But Russell is one of those that just kind of finds a way to make the play happen.
She always will. And I think we've seen her come into a player this season, especially within the last couple series. And it's been fun to watch. She's a very ball of energy.
I agree for sure. This is going to bring up Bennett now. Bennett, just strong power hitter. Also, what's cool about Bennett is she also can hit in the gaps, hit some base hits. I mean, she's coming into today hitting .372. And just this offense as a whole is really scary to look at.
Yeah. Little under .350 batting average for a team. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think you could ask for much better, to be honest, especially when their opponents have been hitting .242.
Yeah.
So this pitch here from Howard, Caitlin Howard, who's on the mound for the Bulldogs.
I think what's important today is minimizing walks and errors. Wind's blowing out, so the ball's going to carry. You have to expect to see the ball travel, but I think walks and errors are super important.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Howard coming in today, she's thrown 32 and 2/3 innings, and she's given up 8 walks. So, I mean, really not bad for her, but she's going to get Bennett looking there. And so a nice 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs is going to take us to the bottom of the first as we're tied at 0-0. We will be right back. All right, welcome back, fans, as Clark will lead things off here for the Bulldogs, and she's going to face Victoria Sossaman. Sossaman throwing 52 innings for the Celts with an ERA of 2.02. She's been their go-to pitcher, but she is quickly behind in the count now, 2-0. Clark yesterday was 1 for 3 with a walk, which is exactly the same as Archibald.
Yeah, they're very similar. Both juniors. They're both fast, and they're both leadoffs. I mean, that's the obvious. I was going to say something else, but I forgot.
That is the worst. Well, and also, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but so Clark led the game off with a base hit, and she ended up getting caught stealing.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that was a debate in the house. But I'm going to keep that one in. Was that her first time caught stealing this season?
Probably.
Probably
I
in the last
think so.
3 seasons, but it was a good throw. I will say it was a very good throw.
I mean, Bennett just kind of has an arm. You
Yeah,
know,
she does.
in my opinion, I think she's really good. Yeah, first caught stealing of the year for her.
Yeah.
Don't know the career number on that. But she's going to work her way to a full count. Good job by Sauceman to make things even. Changeup's going to miss outside and low for ball 4. So once again, Clark's on with a leadoff. A different catcher, though, behind the plate today. That is Anna Zozaya for the Celts. So I'm interested to see what her arm looks like behind the plate and if they do decide to test it.
She's a freshman, so I'm not sure if they're aware that this is a new catcher or if they just need to play safe here, but she's young and might just want to be safe. And
Beautiful bunt there by Kay.
she beats it out, She's going to beat the throw.
Wow. That's kind of a bang-bang play right there. I'm not sure if we can get you a replay. Maybe. We're going to see if we can put it up real quick. Shout out to our broadcast lady. Whew.
Oh, man. That was
That's a really close play there, but that's going to take us to our new 3-hole hitter as of yesterday. That's Harley Russell.
Yeah, this is exciting. I like watching her. And in the 3-hole, it's a big spot, but she's on fire right now, so.
Exactly. I completely agree. And, I mean, she was the last out of yesterday's game, as that one just barely sneaks foul. But, I mean, you know, when she was up to bat, I was like, she has the chance to tie this game up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the numbers sometimes, I mean, she was already 2 for 3, so the odds of her going 3 for 4, you know, not the most likely thing in this sport. But, I mean, you just can't ask for something better, as Clark's going to do a delayed steal there. Kind of testing that catcher, Josiah, behind the plate, and she threw behind the runner. Something you never want to do as a catcher or any kind of fielder.
Especially when you have Clark and Kay on the bases. You don't want to give them any more extra 60s. And
absolutely.
Now you have nobody out and the potential for runs to be scored here.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, Kay moving over to second. No contest there on the throw, so 2 runners in scoring position for Russell. I mean, between her and the hitter behind her, Taylor Vanette, I mean, they're hitting well over 400, the only 2 Bulldogs that are. Of course, besides Jordan Joy.
I don't think anybody will catch her. I think she's there for the season.
I mean, hitting 750 fans. Hopefully, I know I would surely love to see her back. Because that one's going to be lifted high in the air, and it's not going to get there. They're going to call a fair ball. Kay's going to get caught up there between second and third. They're going to, wow, a loose ball. Took the glove off of Simmons.
I think that's, I think there was plenty of time for Kay to get to a base. Not sure which one, but.
And we saw something like this happen yesterday as well. I think, I'm not exactly sure what's going on in the brain right now for her, but she's kind of been struggling with base running, which is very odd for her. She got caught up yesterday in something where she should have easily gone, but I think the best thing to do is just clear her head and see ball down and go, and she's fast enough too. As far as that one, I don't know if anyone touched that ball for the Celts. I don't think they did.
Yeah, I think it just fell right in between all of them.
Which, that was a tough play.
Yeah. Would you call it an error? Who would get the error on that?
If no one touched it, I wouldn't give it an error.
It's kind of just one of those duck farts that falls and it doesn't go your way, and it sucks when that happens. But, yeah, Annie K is struggling. I think it's all mental, really. And I think the confidence. You got to have the confidence to, if you want the base, go get it. And she's been getting caught in some risky plays.
And really, I think it's just silly, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know that she's better. Good job by Vanette.
Oh. Get back.
And they're going to, I believe he's going to say that maybe she stepped out of the box. So I do believe head coach Frobase has the opportunity to get the result of the out or get her to hit again. So we are going to see her hit again here.
I almost think I take the result of the out.
I don't think they didn't get the out, though. Because she threw to third.
Oh, so it was either her play or I thought she would be out. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, because the rule did used to be where if you step out of the box, you're out.
Right.
But now it only counts as a strike. So now the count was 0-2 to Vanette.
Okay, I'm seeing here. So I'm a little riled up right now. I need to tone it back here.
Well, Maddie J, fans, if you don't know, it's Maddie J. She's like kind of a legend, kind of a big deal here at TLU. Stud right fielder for the Bulldogs. But here's the thing. You would think, since Maddie's had such a wonderful experience at TLU, that, I don't know, maybe her younger sister would choose to play for the Bulldogs. But instead, she didn't. She didn't. Her sister committed to St. Thomas. So I don't know why she's in the press box with us, but
You know, I'm not sure either.
all jokes aside, a big strikeout there for Sossaman for finally the first out of the inning. I feel like kind of a lot's happened.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
I'm having a hard time keeping up mentally, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's still too early in the morning.
I said I was going to do better about my book here, and it's gotten worse. I'm only in the first inning.
That is one of the things she told me today. She said, I want to be better on my book. But it's okay. You can always just say whatever with the first inning and then jump back in next inning and be better. You know, all our book is to keep us kind of focused in on what's happening. Because fans, also, reminder, okay, don't get mad at us here, but we're not the official scorekeepers. So someone else has that hard job. So, you know, if maybe I say something, then, like, no worries. I'm not the end-all, be-all.
Kylie Jack is going to come up 2-2. And something big from Jack would be great for the Bulldogs. She has been struggling recently. And struggling, I mean, she's still hitting a 310. So not really struggling statistically. But,
yeah. And, I mean, really a good spot for her. I feel like yesterday she had a pinch hit at bat. And, whew.
oh, wow. That was tight.
Close pitch there, and they're going to give ball 4 there.
Just going to load the bases up for Faith Hernandez.
Yeah, and Hernandez actually had a nice hit yesterday. Single late in the game in the 7th inning to give the Bulldogs an opportunity to get a run across. Unfortunately, left her stranded there. But she was hitting the ball really well yesterday against Hughes, and probably the only Bulldog who really did, besides Russell, of course.
Yeah.
But Sossaman, she's going to be a sophomore. Only a sophomore from Cypress, Texas. She's fun to watch. Kind of similar to Hughes, I feel like.
Yeah.
Looks like she's moving a little more east to west with her pitches.
Her ball has kind of like a natural fall off, it looks like. It kind of just sinks a little bit.
Oh, see, this is why I enjoy having a former pitcher in the press box, too, because you can see it a lot better than I can. It has to be really obvious for me to see it, to be honest.
Just don't go look at my stats.
And Hernandez is just going to be off the bag. Vanette, or I'm sorry, that's Russell coming all the way around to score. So the Celts were looking to turn 2 there, but the high throw unfortunately got Bennett off the bag. As I guess in my book she'll reach on a fielder's choice.
That's what I have. Fielder's choice.
That's the easiest thing for me. That kind of play makes me glad I'm not the statistician.
Yeah. Russell will probably score on an air.
Yeah. That's good there.
But who knows?
Ortiz there. A good play there. Who's that's by Genesis Maris. Doing a quick little slide to get the 3rd out of the inning. So a nice inning 1 for the Bulldogs. Able to scratch 3 runs across the board. As the score is now 3-0 as we head into the top of the 2nd inning. We will be right back.
At Texas Lutheran University, we believe a better world is possible, and it all starts with you. For more than a century, we've been preparing students just like you to follow their dreams and embrace their potential. With small class sizes to facilitate relationship building and affordable tuition, we're committed to you. Because at TLU, you're not just a student, you're part of a community. TLU. Learn boldly, live to inspire. Learn more at tlu.edu.
All right, welcome back, fans. Top of the second inning for the Celts as Savannah Crumrin's going to lead things off with a nice single there. That one just floats into the outfield. And, I mean, really, what's going to be key here today is all the outfielders are playing deeper than usual because they are, you know, the wind's blowing out, so they're trying to respect that. But, you know, that's going to give away hits like that. But, hey, sometimes whatever works. And this is going to be a pinch runner as well. I believe that's number 1, Avery Pins. Let me make sure I get that. Yes, okay, Pins for the Celts. Nice to meet you, Avery. And that ball there is going to be lifted. Okay, able to grab that one there for the first out of the inning. These Celts really aren't giving us a chance to get settled, are they?
No, I'm moving too fast. Don't worry, I'll jump in here eventually.
All good, all good. So now we got Savannah Hinken. Oh, and I'm sorry, that was Samantha Crumrin. Sorry, I tried going without my notes. I tried going today without the first name. Sometimes I mess it up. But a nice slap there from Hinken. That ball's going to land in front of Russell. Really nice hit there. So Celts now with runners at first and second and 1 out. And that's going to bring up the freshman catcher, Anna Zozaya. I'm kind of curious also, and please don't take this the wrong way, as to why Zozaya got the start today behind the plate. I feel like Bennett did a really good job there yesterday. So, but that ball's going to get past Vanette. No. And they're going to call Pins safe at third. Wow, that's a close play. I think we're going to see a quick conversation here about the results of that one.
Yeah, that's...
Our angle is the worst, so
Yeah.
it's hard for me to give valid feedback on that. We know the throw beat her, though.
Yes, it did beat her. Whether her hands got around it or not is what's in question. I'm sorry for my outburst, really. I will tone it back.
Well, don't feel bad, because let me tell you this story. So I transferred from Hardin-Simmons, right? My first year commentating, Hardin-Simmons came here to play. And so, you know, obviously I'm feeling some type of way. Well, the batter went to bunt. And when I tell you I screamed bunt into the microphone.
Oh, no.
I was very embarrassed, so I think
I just can't contain myself. I just love a game. I love a good game, and it's so fun to watch, and then makes it a little harder when I'm fresh out. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't have much experience on this side, and I'm still used to that because I said some things that should have been censored on the field, and, you know, I'm just trying to continue to be censored here.
It's hard. But now we got the shortstop for the Celts. That's going to be Lindsay Gonzalez. As now bases are loaded for the Celts after the 4-pitch walk there from Howard.
I think she's just got to tone it in right here. I mean, you have nowhere to put them, and there's 5 balls in a row right there. And so easy bag. I mean, probably want to go 4. You don't want to give. This is where Coach Wilson always says is a hitter, you don't want to give I don't know how to say this in good terms, but basically, don't give them anything.
Make her
Especially when
get herself out kind of thing?
Yeah, let her get herself out. Why not?
Yeah. And Gonzalez is going to walk there. Celts get their first run across the board on back-to-back walks for the Bulldogs. And no timeout here as now Delaney Moreno steps in. Moreno 0 for 2 yesterday. She did have a sack fly is what I marked it as. But, I mean, this, we were talking about earlier, we love watching good softball, and this series is filled with good softball.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's so much fun to call it. Last night, I felt myself getting nervous, and getting anxious and ready.
I think a timeout or a time would be necessary for Vanette to call and bring our pitcher back in. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Absolutely. I think
11 balls in, and
I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, that a time has not been called. I do think it's necessary because this is a lot of pressure, especially these St. Thomas fans. I mean, they're loud. They're here to play.
yes.
That ball will be lined into left field. Everyone will hold. That's going to be an RBI single there from Moreno. Beautiful slap hit as another run comes across the board. So bases still loaded for the Celts. We are going to have a player timeout here. I think maybe too little, too late, but, it's better than nothing. Anything you can get to reel it back in, especially with the top of the lineup here in Archibald. All right, welcome back, fans. A pinch hitter now after that timeout. Coach Frobase decided she wanted to get that Sierra Gonzalez in place of their leadoff Archibald. Probably not a bad idea there. Archibald is more of a slapper, speed hitter, and Gonzalez hitting on the right side. I've never seen her hit, so I can't assume, but she might have some more power, more pop in her bat. And we're going to have another timeout here as well. She's going to get a pinch runner for, I believe that is Anna Zosiah at third. Let me get you that number as soon as I know, fans. Oh, I can't tell. Maybe number 4?
I think it's number 4.
Okay, we're going to assume 4. That's Megan Anderson, which, yes, she has been a pinch runner for the Celts before.
Gonzalez is a freshman from San Antonio. So, oh wait, do I have the right Gonzalez? There's 2 of them. Yeah, she's a freshman from San Antonio, went to Smithson Valley. She is batting 167 on the year.
Fly ball there, caught by Kay. They're going to test the arm. And, the runner didn't go. And now some people might go, well, Kay, you threw it over her head. Well, here's the thing. No one's advancing.
No.
Bases are loaded. So instead what she did is she said, here's my arm strength.
Yeah.
Just so you know, for future reference.
Howard was right where she needed to be, behind her.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think pitchers forget that they have to back up sometimes because, you know, you get lost in the moment. I get it. But that was just nice play. 2 outs, bases loaded, easy bag. Not an easy out with Jalen Simmons up, but...
Yeah, and Simmons, I mean, she's kind of been the stud player so far in her career at St. Thomas. I think this year maybe she hasn't performed as well. But I think for me, when I see Simmons, it's that respect of knowing what she's done in the past.
Absolutely.
That's still going to make me weary. I don't care how you're doing this year. It's the fact that you've done well before that's going to make me nervous.
Absolutely.
Ooh, wow,
That's a
what a
nice
change up
touch.
there.
I think as long as we let them hit it, right? I mean, make them earn their runs, and there's nowhere to put them. You got 2s on the board.
And that's the best thing about this sport. You are more likely to get out than you are to be safe. So when you just give those hitters a chance to hit it, it's game over. Just like that one there. Flied out to Faith Hernandez over at first. So Celts able to scratch 2 runs across the board off of 2 unfortunate walks and 3 hits. As we will now head into the bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs lead 3-2. We'll be right back. Welcome back, fans, to Mork Softball Field here at Ed Cruzy Stadium. Taking a look at this defensive lineup for the Celts as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning, where we have, that's going to be, whoops, sorry, wrong team.
Chesley Swisher, a freshman. Is that?
Oh, I messed up somewhere.
Fielder's choice was the last out with Tavery Ortiz.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
thank
bringing
you.
up.
It was a first pitch, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
Chesley Swisher, number 4. She's playing right field for the Bulldogs today. She's gonna have a 1-1 count.
Whew. That scared me. I looked down, I was like, that is not Ortiz. Something is very wrong here.
Swisher is batting a .267 on the year. And she's going to strike out looking for out number 1. Honestly, the first batters are hard because I'm moving my papers around. I got to get back on my book. I'm all over the place. And then it takes me into the second batter. But now we're going to see Lindsay Liao, her shortstop, Golden Glove for the 2024 season.
She's done well. She laid down a beautiful bunt yesterday.
She did.
Which made me very excited. Because we talked about this team, you know, they do a good job of hitting the ball, maybe not bunting the ball all the time.
Yeah. I think they get a little excited.
Yeah, it happens. She's going to chop that one foul down the left field line. So the count will be at 1-1 for her. Whew. That window was pretty dirty. I feel like I can see better now. Now will show bunt but pull back, so the count now runs to 2-1.
I think when I saw the lineup yesterday, we have Liao, Clark, Kay, Russell, Vanette, 5 slappers. And then now Jack is in the DP spot, so you have 6 lefties, all back to back, and then Hernandez, Ortiz, and Swisher.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting lineup.
Honestly, it's
I
a
like
lot
it.
of speed pressure for sure. You don't have a whole lot of batters where you can take a breath and maybe slow it down, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of...
But you bring up, like, Russell can swing it. Her slaps are kind of like hits, and Vanette's slaps are kind of like hits. And Annie K can switch sides, so we saw that yesterday.
That's going to get Liao looking again. So back-to-back backwards Ks for Sossaman. We'll sit the 8 and 9 hole hitters down. As we'll bring it back to the top with Kaylee Clark. Walked her first at-bat. Came around to score. First pitch she sees is low for ball 1.
Clark got on her walk last at bat. And the game kind of slowed down. I feel like you can feel when the game slows down. For both teams, loses a little momentum. It's like almost a snap to reality, and it's like, oh yeah, we're back. Okay. It
Yeah.
evens out again for both teams, and we saw a little momentum for St. Thomas when they had bases loaded, and then when TLU was hitting the ball, and now it feels like we're at an even, like, okay,
Yeah,
let's go
for
again.
sure. I feel like the first inning was hectic.
Yes.
It was very hectic, and so now everyone's like, okay, I think we can chillax, guys.
Yeah.
We still have 6 more innings to play,
Yes.
and I can't keep doing that for 6 more innings.
And a whole other game.
Yeah. I mean, I think probably the worst part about playing a doubleheader is how mentally and emotionally draining it is.
Yeah, especially games like this when you have 2 good teams competing, and it's going to be a chopper to Sossaman for out number 3 of the inning. I'm going to run it over, get Kaylee Clark. That'll be the bottom of the second end of the inning with no hits, no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, fans. Top of the 3rd inning here as the Bulldogs lead the Celts 3-2. Caitlin Howard still in the circle as Chloe Bennett will lead things off for her team. Had a backward strikeout back in the 1st inning. And she's going to hit that one, a no-doubter out of here.
Oh, my.
Solo home run for Bennett.
I don't even think the win, she needed that help.
I don't think she needed it either.
That ball was gone as soon as it hit the bat.
Well,
No
we
doubt
even
about
saw
it.
Russell take maybe a couple hard steps, and she said, no point in running this one out.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice way to start the inning. Good leadoff.
Yeah.
Now it's back to a 0-0 ball game. It's 3-3, but 0-0 and no outs, nobody on, and might as well Crummer and lead off the inning here.
Yeah, and Crumrun singled to center last inning, kind of led off that big inning for the Celts. I believe she's a freshman as well, and she's done a really good job this year of coming in and just killing it, to be honest. Came in today hitting .409.
Yeah, that's impressive. She's leading the team in RBIs with 14 as well, so as a freshman to come in and be able to execute, it's tough, and she's doing a good job at it.
Yeah, definitely a nice recruit there for Coach Frobase. She's going to swing, but it'll hit her.
I think the umpire's a little confused. He called a dead ball, but she knows she swung, and I think
she
we're all
definitely
confused.
swung.
Yes. And that's going to be a strikeout. Well, would that be a pass ball? Should she have thrown it to first?
I have no clue.
Right? Because
Like,
it would be a drop third strike.
I have zero clue. It's very rare when you see that happen, so I don't know.
We're only in the third inning, and we have a lot of questions on the book. We're going to have to talk to our stat keeper here.
Thank God I don't do the stats.
I would like to know.
Well, this is Genesis Morris right here. I believe she's another freshman as well. Coach Frobase honestly has a good amount of freshmen in this starting lineup, and I think that they're all really good athletes, and they've done a good job in their first year here.
Honestly, I think it's a pattern from her, because last couple years, the juniors now were freshmen, and they were good, and I think the experience is good, especially with competition like this. And it's going to be a ground out to Howard for out number 2, but she gets them some playing time, and then by the time they're juniors and seniors, they're all conference players or leading the conference, and some statistic, and
I completely agree.
it's a nice strategy. She went.
First pitch to Savannah Hinken. We'll say she did go for the bunt. This umpire today,
He's not putting up with it today.
he is literally saying, I said what I said, and I'm not changing it.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, I think you need to be that way as an umpire.
Yeah, that's how you control the game a little bit. Don't let it get out of hand.
Absolutely. I mean, if
You're serious about
if every
your job.
time a coach argues something with you, you change your mind, I'm not really going to have a whole lot of faith in you. So that bunt there, Tavery Ortiz got it crashing. So despite the solo home run by Bennett, this game is now tied as we now head into the bottom of the third inning. Tied ball game, 3-3. All right, let's bring it back here. Bottom of the third inning. Annie Kay leading things off for the Bulldogs. As like you said, Maddie J, we're at a 0-0 ball game. And fans, good game to be at. We got a lot of fans in the stands as well as online. Wow, kind of a packed house actually.
It's a beautiful day for softball. A little breeze, but it's warm, so brings in a little chill. to chop that backwards. 2 strikes, 1 ball for Kay.
I mean, really, this wind also just can't make up its mind either. Kind of slows down for a bit and then it picks up real hard.
I think also what brings the fans into, especially games like this, is there's a little bit of a rivalry. And you would think it would be Trinity because, 35 and whatever, there are neighbors, but I think it all boils down to the conference tournament 2 years ago. And I think it'll forever stay that way, which is good because it's nice to have games like this in the conference. And Anna Kay's going to strike out swinging on that. But
I mean, absolutely. St. Thomas, they were the first team to beat the Bulldogs in the conference championship
they killed
since
the
2014.
Streak. Yeah, killed the conference tournament streak. No.
Yeah.
Was it the tournament or regular season?
Tournament.
Tournament, yes. Yeah, so that was, I think it was Probase's 3rd year at St. Thomas. And
I think that's very impressive as well. I mean, Coach Frobase is, the first coach for this St. Thomas team ever since they started their program. She's had some amazing, successful seasons, getting over 20 wins in each season.
This program is still relatively new, and you can tell every year that they're just getting better. It's a good thing. It's exciting for a conference, especially this conference. But, yeah, I mean, 2020 to 2021 was the first year, so about 5 years. It's pretty good.
Russell is going to ground that one to the shortstop. Gonzalez has to make the quick throw, but makes it in time for the second out of the inning. Gonzalez is someone over at short who, she may not be your biggest bat in the lineup, but there's a reason she's out there, and it's because she makes some really good plays there at short.
Absolutely. You have her and Simmons on the hot corner, or the hot side of the field, you'd say, and it's a nice pair to have out there.
Absolutely. I mean, they really do keep it on lockdown. And then you even have Archibald in left. The left side of the field is like, just don't hit it there.
Yeah.
So now that'll bring up Vanette with a 1-0 count so far. She starts with her foot all the way in the back corner of the box. It's because typically when she slaps, she likes to work her way not only towards the pitcher, but to third base.
Yeah. She crosses it a little bit. But she moves quickly, and I think that helps her stay in the box.
That one's going to be hit high in the air. Archibald works her way over to make the final grab of the inning. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for the Celts as this game remains tied at 0-0. We'll be right back.
I chose TLU because I like the one-on-one that I get with my professors.
Being able to talk to all the professors one-on-one, they were definitely helpful in deciding what I can do with my degree and then how to get into those different fields.
I liked the tour of the campus. I liked seeing how everything was really close together. Our classes now from first year and second year are all in the lab, so we have our own space that we can go to for studying.
Well, I chose TLU because I had met some people who were in the program, and they told me some good things about it. It's a smaller school, so I feel like I was going to get more of that one-on-one type of learning.
I get to, be more hands-on with patients and more engaged with my preceptors and my professors and my classmates as well.
All right, welcome back, fans, as we're now in the top of the 4th inning here. Anna Zosiah leading things off for the Celts as she'll ground that one over towards the third base dugout.
Still seeing Howard about almost 60 pitches in, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see a change this inning. But if she keeps throwing like that, then maybe not.
Nice grab there by Ortiz over at third. I mean, what are your thoughts? What might make you want to make the change, and what might make you leave her in?
I think she's going to hit third time through the lineup in the next inning or so. And so I think with the team that's hitting offensive, that has an offense, it's almost not because she's throwing bad or necessarily any reason in particular, just that they've seen her through the lineup 3 times. I think that might be the biggest thing. And it's hot, and the turf is like 10 degrees hotter, so.
That ball there lifted in the air. Kay running over, makes the grab. Nice diving play there from Kay for the second out of the inning. And I think that's exactly what you want to see from your defense as well. You know, I think Howard giving up only 2 walks so far today and 3 hits. But if you can have your defense backing you up, I think that's key.
Absolutely. And I mean, defense wins games, and so I think TLU has always had a pretty good defense. So as long as the pitchers are letting the defense work, that's where it's going to be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this team, fielding percentage of .972, which I think is probably their worst year, as Moreno will ground that one to Howard. So another quick 1-2-3 half inning, as we'll take this into the bottom of the 4th. This game picking up speed, picking up the pace a little bit. We'll be right back. All right, leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning is going to be number 44, Kylie Jack. She's a player that's kind of been in and out of this Bulldog lineup. We've seen her in that DP spot. We've seen her at third base, right field. Didn't start yesterday, but getting the start today as the DP. As she fouls that one over to the left side.
Looks like she's kind of jamming the Bulldogs' offense, and instead of hitting with the ball, they're almost slicing the ball and pushing everything towards the left side of the field. And we're going to see a change in the wind too, which also plays.
And a hard ground ball there gets past Gonzalez at short. Unable to hold on to that one, so Jack leading off as a base runner here. I'm going to mark that as an E6 there, and we're going to see a pinch runner. Let me get you that number on who it is there real quick as soon as she exits the dugout. Oh, I don't know who this is.
This is going to be...
This is Ryan Trevino. Okay, word.
She's a freshman.
I was like, normally I could tell when they come out, but I was like, I have zero clue. I've seen her around plenty, but I don't know her name like that. So leadoff runner on as Faith Hernandez will show bunt but pull back as Sossaman throws ball 1.
Trevino is from Buda, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Went to Crockett High School.
And Hernandez shows bunt but pulls back, chops it into right field. A nice execution of that one right there. Really good job. Showed bunt to get the defense moving and came back to chop it through. That's great work. We'll see another pinch runner as well. That's going to be Riley Futrell. See, I'm telling you, I know their names when they come. Most of the time. So 2 runners on, and that's going to be for Tavery Ortiz. I mean, that's a good hitter to have when you got no outs and 2 runners on.
Absolutely.
What I love about Tavery is, yes, we've seen her score the RBIs. We've seen her hit the ball really hard. She's probably one of the few batters I trust to lay down at sacrifice bunt as well.
Yeah, she can do a little bit of everything. I don't think you're not going to see home runs out of her, but I think you see quality hits.
Oh, dude, snaps. That was excellent. Worded it perfectly.
Thank you.
I completely
I'm zoned
agree.
in again. I'm back.
You got your papers together.
Yes. They gave me time.
Awesome. Well, no outs here. Ortiz will show bunt. And of course, I jinxed her, talking about how good she is at bunting. Guess I'll take it back.
Well, you know what? That's why you get 2 of them. You get 2 chances to do that.
Well, and I think she was almost looked like she was in a rush to go to first, which is very unlike her. I feel like when she does show a bunt, she's typically very good at just getting it down and going, just like that.
She was trying to be sneaky the first one.
Oh, a little sneaky, sneaky. And then she said, okay, never mind, guys.
Scratch that. But she's going to get out at first, moving the runners. That's, I mean, exactly what you wanted out of that.
Yes, beautiful execution for Chesley Swisher now. Sometimes Swisher, I forget how small she is, actually. I always feel like she's taller, and then I see her up to bat, and I'm like, I guess not.
She almost looks, well, she kind of does remind me of a little bit of Lindsay Liao and then a little bit of Mia Landry.
Wow.
In one person.
Yep. I agree.
So it's a little confusing.
She's going to hit that one high in the air. Archibald has to go back.
That's a good ball by
And an
Swisher.
excellent job there.
That's going to be an RBI and a sac fly. That's the word I was looking for.
There we go. RBI sac fly, baby.
Yes, that's a nice ball by Chesley. Brings up Lindsay Liao here.
Just did her job, too. All you need is a fly ball to the outfield, especially with the wind blowing out. As an outfielder, that's really hard for me to make a throw back in because I'm having to throw against the wind.
Yes.
So that's very difficult for kind of anyone to do. So definitely gave the team a good chance to score.
I think outfielders get caught in floating. Everybody, does it, but especially when the wind's bad, it's not as easy to play. So then you're kind of floating with the ball floating back, and so it's hard to get behind it and really push through it. But I think even without wind, that ball was deep enough to score a run.
Absolutely, and Liao working the count now here to 2-1. Sossaman still in the circle for the Celts. And Liao's going to ground that one to Gonzalez over at short. Has to hustle, but makes the grab for the last out of the inning, but not before the Bulldogs take the lead of this one as they get one run across. So the score is now 4-3 as we head into the top of the 5th. We'll be right back.
More than dream of a better world. Make it happen with a TLU degree. Texas Lutheran University provides one-on-one opportunities for students to build their college resumes. As freshmen and sophomores, our students are already performing research with a professor, presenting at conferences, and building their portfolios to apply for graduate schools and professional health programs. The world needs you. Answer your calling. TLU. Learn boldly, live to inspire. Learn more at tlu.edu.
Welcome back to Mark's softball field at Ed Cruzy Stadium. Going to be in the top of the 5th, and we're seeing a new pitcher, Amanda White, in the circle for the Bulldogs. And Archibald's going to be leading off this inning. This will be the Amanda White started the first game yesterday. Came out in the 3rd inning, I believe.
Yes, came out in the 3rd inning after throwing 50 pitches. Gave up 1 run to the Celts. Probably not her best start that we've seen her have.
Yeah, I think she struggled, and watching it, it looked like maybe some spots were missed, and Archibald's going to fly out to left field, Harley Russell. But, yeah, I think she maybe nervous, a little bit mental, but Amanda White's thrown a lot of innings this season. I think she's coming in at 52 innings thrown on the season right now, with the ERA of .81, which is really good for how many innings she's thrown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, her worst is some people's best.
Yes.
Or even what some people dream of being able to throw. So excited to see her back out here, and she's looking pretty good so far already against this Celts offense.
I'm going to see Jalen Simmons. It's going to be a 1-0. I guess a 2-0 count. I thought he called that a ball. A strike. Be a 2-0 hitters count here. It's going to be a little off the plate. Bring it to a 3. Oh, it is. It's 2-1. Sorry about that. 2-1 count. Amanda came in throwing the heater right now. She is throwing hard. Amanda White's ball naturally kind of has a little jump to it, so it's hard and then it jumps, and she can paint the corners pretty well. So
yeah, she's someone I did not like hitting off against in practice.
Yeah,
I think I would have rather hit off of Ashlyn Strother than Amanda. I think the velocity is really what gets you there, and
yeah, absolutely.
oh man, just makes you look silly.
Simmons gonna run it to a full count here, and she's gonna fly that out of play. Yeah, Amanda's a veteran on this Bulldogs pitching staff and defense, I think. Yeah,
She's kind of the old lady, I feel
Yeah.
like. Sometimes I wonder how she's still here,
Oh, no.
as Hernandez gets caught in the wind with that one.
It's going to be a E3. Simmons is going to get on first base on that one. Look like, yeah, the wind might have taken it a little bit, maybe a little bit of sun. I mean, that's an out you got to have, and that'll put runner on for St. Thomas with 1 out and bring up Chloe Bennett.
Absolutely. And I mean, really, I feel like we haven't seen this a lot, but Simmons is a very quick girl. As Bennett hits that one again, Russell unable to make the grab. Luckily, I think Simmons was tagging at first base. Kind of interesting choice there to tag. So she only advances to second. Bulldogs get kind of lucky there with both the base running and the hit.
Yeah, we're in a crucial part of the St. Thomas lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, and bring up Crumrin. But yeah, Simmons not getting to third was now leaves a force out at third and 1 out. You have the potential for a double play. And it's going to be a no pitch. Amanda White likes to get on the mound and throw, and when she's in her zone, it's hard to stop her there.
Exactly. So the umpire knew she was going to throw it, so he said, well, just in case, let me move.
You know what? As long as it's a ball, it's okay. You don't want to waste all your strikes on a no pitch.
What are your thoughts, though, on that base running there? I have heard coaches say, if it's a deep fly ball, tag up, on first base. But me personally, I feel like I want to go as far as I can.
Yeah, I think I would
on that
almost
one.
be at second, even maybe past second with the ball like that, because you have enough time to get back first, especially with speed like Simmons. And so if she catches it, you just stay on first base and maybe you tag up, maybe you don't. But if not, you're halfway to home. And right in a game like this, I think that's crucial. You're down 1 run. And yeah, I think I'd almost get halfway on that, if not
I
more.
agree with you there. I think I probably would have been really close to second base, probably just 1 step away, and then as soon as that ball dropped, just turn on the jets.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one hit high in the air for Clark, a huge second out there for the Bulldogs. I mean, especially with Crumrin hitting the way she has today, that's a huge out. As now we're going to see Genesis Morris.
Now you have easy play here. I mean, go any bag and find an out somewhere. Keep the no double mentality right now.
Absolutely. I think you definitely need it, which it's easy to have with this wind. You're already playing pretty far back. Although I'll tell you what, we had a no double situation yesterday, and they ended up getting a double anyways because the ball was not fielded cleanly.
Yeah.
So some heads-up base running there. But, yeah, for sure. The goal is you do not want that ball to hit the fence.
Clean defense by the Bulldogs right now, so we get out of this little mess. A walk wouldn't even, wouldn't be the worst thing. You have an empty bag, and not that you want to do that, but it's not the end of the world. But that's not going to be a walk. That's going to be a fly out to Tavery Ortiz for out number 3 to put us in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to see the top of the lineup here for the Bulldogs, and Sossaman still in the circle. Clark has a walk, and unfortunately, I didn't write down what she did for the second at bat.
She grounded to the pitcher. I gotcha.
Thank you. And that's why there's two of us.
Oh, yes. Always easier that way. She's going to get a nice hitter's count here from Sossaman with 2-0 count.
We'll bring it to 3-0, and I mean, the last thing you want to do right now is walk the lead off, and the lead off being Kaylee Clark.
Yeah, I can't tell you that's something I would choose to do.
It's going to be ball 4, and she's going to walk the lead off, Kaylee Clark. Bring up Annie K. Annie K had the bunt and strikeout. Lost 2 at-bats. And we're at the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs, and not much has been done, honestly, throughout the whole lineup. And this is the really threatening part. You got speed everywhere, but honestly, there hasn't been much done.
Yeah.
On both sides, really. Kay's he called a dead ball, but she didn't touch the ball, and I think he thinks she foul tipped it.
I think she thinks she foul tipped it as well.
And Wilson's arguing, and he's limping. But
yeah, I think he definitely just got hit in one of those. Oh, right on top of the leg. Yeah, that one hurts.
Right, missed his shins. I think it was a little confusing. Yep, I kind of thought this was going to happen. He almost looked like he called a dead ball or a foul ball.
Yeah, I agree.
And so play stopped, but the umpire on the field was running with Clark, so little confusion there.
Actually, Callie, can you bring back the replay, but maybe just so I can see it? Or maybe so everyone can see it. I want to see if she did touch the ball.
No?
I think she missed it.
Yeah, I think she completely swung on the top of it.
Which was kind of hard because that pitch was kind of high.
Yeah. He did put his hands up, though, so, I mean, I think it caused a little confusion, and, yep.
Okay, so I think what he's saying is since she was taking off for the steal, she's going to get that bag. But I think since he called the dead ball or whatever he called, he's going to move her back to second base, which
I mean,
I think that's probably best case scenario for that right there.
It's about even. It's about fair. I mean, also the catcher didn't even touch the the catcher didn't even touch the ball, so it would have been a 2 bases anyway. So I think that's,
Yeah.
But she's gonna throw to third, thinking Clark is going, and Clark's gonna stay at second here. Annie K has a 2-1 count.
Yeah, I want to see them just keep testing the freshman behind the plate. You may even call it like targeted bullying if you want. It's kind of part of the sport, If you're a freshman or a newcomer in any sport, they're gonna pick on you. And while it does suck, you either A, shine to the occasion, or B, you learn from it.
Yeah.
And you'll learn really quickly as well.
I also think another part of it is TLU hasn't seen her before, and so they're trying to figure out maybe what does she have, and they're trying to see the opposite of it too. And
nice grounded ball there from Kay, and Simmons able to make the play over at first base. We saw yesterday Simmons picked up a bunt, spun around, and threw it to third base to get the leadoff runner.
You know what? I saw that, actually.
I was stunned, actually.
Yeah.
Just because that is such a very difficult play, and it's not a common play, but I think she was positioned well, and then she's just a really good athlete, so it was easy for her, so.
I agree. I don't think that was not a play that anybody was expecting. but I mean, it was best case scenario for them.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're gonna call a timeout here and maybe just relax. We got one out. Maybe let's keep Clark on third.
And also too, just trying to figure out a game plan because you have Harley Russell up, so that's kind of like, okay, what do we want to do with her? She's done this so far. What are we thinking?
She's fast. She can hit, and she's gonna do that. And oh no, Clark's gonna get in a pickle. Oh, they're gonna get Clark out in the pickle here. Maybe not. I mean, I know just from being on the field that ball hit back to the pitcher, maybe we shouldn't go. But I mean, Clark's speed, so honestly,
yeah,
you don't
and
know which way it's gonna go with her.
And a nice ball there by Vanette. That's gonna get her there safely. Russell had worked her way over to second on the last play, so did Gonzalez wobble it?
It hit her glove. It hit the top of her glove.
I'm so sorry, Lindsay. E6. I'm so sorry.
It was a hard hit, but I mean, it did tip her glove.
I know. I always feel bad, especially because I know she's really good, so I know that was a play she probably could have made. But so not the end of the world. Kira's 2 outs, runners on first and third for the Bulldogs. Vanette is going to take off and just quickly get to second base there.
I think St. Thomas, they know the tricks of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they don't fall for it.
They're not going to go for it this time.
Yeah, they definitely just kind of go with, protecting the runner, and they just don't even entertain the thought.
Especially when you have 2 outs. I mean, you don't want to risk that throw there.
Absolutely. And with speed on the bases as well. And I think as well on the flip side, too, with Coach Wilson, if they did throw down, do we really want to get in that pickle?
Yeah.
You're up by 1, but do you want to kill the momentum? Because I feel like the play would probably end in a out.
Yeah, absolutely. Kylie Jack is going to run it to a hitter's count here. This is a count she probably loves to be in. She can just 2 chances and wind's blowing out. She's a pull hitter.
She's going to fly that one, and unable to make the grab was Archibald. I think I would have really liked to see her lay out for that one. Yeah.
Don't know how close she was to the fence, but the ball hung in the air for a while.
It did, and what's hard too is you have your shortstop and your third baseman running at you as well, so being able to call that ball off early and maybe just take a chance. If you miss it, no one gets hurt, but a huge strikeout there for Sossaman will leave the runners stranded for the Bulldogs. So a huge out there to end the inning and end the threat, as we'll now head into the top of the 6th inning. Bulldogs lead 4-3. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, fans, as we're now in the top of the 6th. New catcher here for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Bella Rodriguez. Amanda White still on the mound. And Savannah Hinken leading things off here in this inning. As that pitch there will be fouled over to the left side of the field.
Getting deep in the game on the top of the sixth here, so St. Thomas is looking to put some runners on base. It's going to be another foul ball. It's going to be 1-2 count. See Bella towards the end of the games typically. We didn't see her yesterday, but she's closing out the game here today.
Yeah, just a great catcher as well. She can do, a lot of things behind the plate. She's just a trusted person back there as well.
She's a senior this year, and she's been catching the last 3 years for the Bulldogs. So it's going to be a line out to Lindsay Liao for out number 1 of the inning.
So now that's going to bring up Anna Zozaya.
She has a walk and a line out in her last at bat, and a ground out to Tavery Ortiz for out number 2. Amanda White came in and threw him off balance a little bit. She's throwing really good right now.
Yeah, I think it's great to see from Amanda. Probably a rougher start yesterday, but she's really going after these hitters here in this game too here today. She looks good, throwing well, and just shutting them down, I feel like.
Yeah, she looks better today. Ball's moving. She's throwing more strikes here. It's going to be 1-2.
And that one there will miss. So the count will even up at 2-2 for Zozaya. Oh, I'm sorry, for Gonzalez, my fault. Liao making the long run over there. Good communication to figure that one out to get the last out of the inning. As we'll take it to the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs look to extend their lead. As we'll be right back. Scores 4-3.
Welcome back. I'm going to see Sauceman still in the circle. That ball moved a lot. But that's going to be ball 1, and Faith Hernandez is going to lead off this inning for the Bulldogs here. Bulldogs are looking to score some insurance runs. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Ball looked a little up.
Yeah, I think really if I'm the Bulldogs, I just want to score as many as I can.
Yeah.
St. Thomas, a good offensive team, so if you can help your pitcher out, that would be key. as Hernandez will run this count to 3-0. That one almost hit her too. Got real close. She didn't even budge.
Yeah, it looks like she's trying to jam her in. It's going to fall for a strike. That was a nice pitch on the inside corner for Sossaman.
Yeah, Hernandez has her toes all the way on that chalk line.
And that's exactly where she wanted to put it. But that ball's going to fall, and it's going to be another E6. The wind's taking that. I mean, if you look at the flags, they're crazy right now. So
Yeah, and really the key to playing in the wind is just to keep moving. Don't ever stop your feet. Even if you think that you're there easy, it's probably just going to keep going. So Hannah Hamra is going to come in and run for Hernandez. So Hernandez will be done for the day. And so now we're going to see Tavery Ortiz lay down a sac bunt last at bat, which ended up giving the Bulldogs an opportunity to score the run to break the tie. As she'll bunt but pull back.
I think I'm a little confused by that.
The sneaky bunt?
No, the burning of Hernandez.
He has done it a couple times, and we'll see him put Missy at first.
Okay, and I guess you have Jack too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that all would work.
But yeah, you'd have to do a whole thing there. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna see Tavery with a 1-1 count. There aren't any outs, are there?
No, I'm at
Okay.
0 outs and a 2-1 count. I think that's how many I have right now.
Okay.
Oh, our board is being silly. Let's see if I can get our scoreboard fixed, because if we don't tell him, Coach Wilson will tell him.
We want no confusion here. It's going to be ball 4 for Tavery Ortiz. I think Sossaman might be getting a little tired here. I mean, she's thrown a great game so far, and we're in the 6th inning. And
for this inning, she had thrown 89 pitches, so throwing a lot for this team.
she's gone through the TLU lineup almost 3 times fully now. And still the beginning of the season, relatively, so maybe pitchers aren't as conditioned.
And what a hit there by Chesley Swisher. Hamra coming all the way home. She's going to get in safely. And the overthrow is going to allow Ortiz and Swisher to advance an extra 60 feet. That's huge right there. And we're going to see wow, I'm so happy for her. That makes me really excited.
And she had the hit last at bat too.
Yeah,
that scored.
That's huge right there.
A run. Yeah, she's doing good right now. I'm happy for her.
But so we're going to see Serena Gonzalez come in to pinch hit for Leal, and we're also going to see a new pitcher. Okay, and we're also seeing Kayla Ramirez. What is Chesley doing? We're going to see Kayla Ramirez run. I think she's going to be running for Ortiz at 3rd. And pitching, this is going to be... Whoa, what? I didn't know she could pitch too. This is Samantha Crumrin.
Oh.
Also, Maddie, say Crumrin 3 times fast.
Crumrin. It sounds like Kermit. Yeah, that's...
It's a little bit of a twister. It's a little bit of a twister.
Crumrin. She actually has the lowest ERA on the St. Thomas pitching staff.
Period.
With a 1.4. She also has only 5 innings pitched, so.
Well, that's okay.
But
it's the ERA that
yeah.
matters.
She's appeared in 1 game.
Wow, 1 game and she threw 5 innings. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 5 innings, 3 strikeouts.
All
I'm
right.
excited. Let's see what she's got here. They're going to bring in a new pitcher. I mean, Sauceman threw a great game. Little over 80 pitches in 6 innings. 5 point, whatever you want to call it. But
I think just 5 innings flat, actually, since no outs.
yeah. I'm going to see Gonzalez come up.
What do you want to see from Gonzalez right now?
You know,
She's been struggling.
I just want a solid hit. If they field it,
Snaps.
they field it. But I think she just needs, something solid off the bat.
I agree. I think just a hard hit ball is going to be key for sure. I mean, yesterday she had at least 2 that I can think of right now. 2 balls she hit that were just off the end of the bat, dribblers. So really, I'd like to see her find the sweet spot.
And if she finds a sweet spot, she's strong.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt wherever it goes, but I think it's mental, and when you're in such a slump, it's really hard to get out of, and you have to fight it. And I hope she can just find a way here.
Yeah. I think just building slowly as well, taking the little wins,
Yeah.
If she does get out, but maybe she hit the ball hard, to the second baseman, you can still take away that hard hit as a win. May not have scored the run, may not have been the result that coach wants, but it's better than previous outings. So
I agree.
counts now 2-2 to Gonzalez.
And Gonzalez is a threat at the plate when she's on. So, trying to figure this out before you get in the heart of the season and into postseason, it's going to be important. It's going to be a high fly ball. And it's going to go over the fence. It's going to go. Kapow, boom, bam.
Wow.
The wind is blowing, but she needed that in that moment right there. And that is a home run for Gonzalez to make the score now 8-3.
That's actually
And I'm not
crazy
lying when I said it just carried and plopped right over the fence.
I mean, I was like, oh, Archibald's got it.
Yeah.
She's right there. And the ball just kind of kept going. That's huge.
I was kind of waiting for it to hit off of the what is it? The train track? What is it? Oh, the warning track. And then I saw it fall on the other side.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
it actually took the breath out of me. I kind of said, oh.
It doesn't matter how that went over. Gonzalez needed that in that moment.
Yep.
So we're going to take that.
So now they'll take us top of the lineup here with Clark. And no one on, no one out still for the Bulldogs. Celts begging for their first out here, and I fear for them it's only going to get harder.
Yeah. And then bring you back to the top. And honestly, I think the top is where we struggled the most in the 1-2-3 area. It's going to be a ground out.
Yeah,
Clark.
nice play there by Simmons, making it look easy with the speed. So now Kay will come in.
It's going to be 1 out. Oh, man. I think Gonzalez just busted that open.
I think so, too. I think everyone was kind of surprised that the ball went over.
Yeah. Nothing against Gonzalez. We know she can do it. It's just that was a shocking blow over there.
And a nice slap by Kay. That's beautiful right there.
Well executed.
Just a nice soft slap that made, that's actually number 3 now at short. I have no clue who that is. Who is that? That's Viviana Vargas, sophomore from Missouri City. Came in for Lindsay Gonzalez. Ooh, Gonzalez, unfortunately, with some tough errors in the field. Harley Russell looking to keep this one going as well with 1 out.
I think Harley with Russell, she's on fire, but her feet move too fast sometimes.
They do.
It's almost like her feet are like, let's go, but the ball's not there yet, and that's where I think the check swing kind of comes in, is seeing it a little late, and it doesn't really matter what I'm saying. So, anyway, disregard. Oh no. Too many pickles. Too many pickles.
I will say I'm not mad about that try from Kay.
No, I think with...
It was silly.
Yes, I think with Kay right now, base running is tough. And, I mean, you're up 5 runs. Who cares, right? But...
Yeah, luckily no one hurt.
Yeah.
And not a bad idea with Archibald playing so far back. But, yeah, definitely no one hurt. But now it's just something you know for future games. You probably won't be able to make that one work.
Yeah. Now you know. It's a learning lesson.
And Rodriguez is going to bunt the ball, and they're going to say it hit her while she was out of the box. So that's going to end this here. Gonna see maybe what we can get there. But nonetheless, we will head into the top of the 7th inning.
Oh, yeah. I think that was right.
Bulldogs now lead 8-3. We'll be back.
As an MAT student, you are an athletic trainer, and I think that's something really cool that we get to experience.
We're pretty hands-on. Anything that like our preceptor asks us to do, like we're able to do. Going out to practices and traveling to games.
We're doing evals, looking at them, helping them with their rehab like protocols.
For me personally, I do a lot of like hands-on where I'm like speaking with the patients about how they feel, and so I feel like it's a lot of like one-on-one interactions.
Knowing that I'm going to go into the clinic every day and I don't know who's going to walk through the door and what their problem's going to be, and that I get to be the one that tells them like, hey, this is what's wrong, but I can also help you, so here's a solution.
Welcome back, fans, to Mork Softball Field. Top of the 7th, Bulldogs just looking to finish this one out here as Delaney Moreno is the first batter up for the Celts. And White still in the circle for the Bulldogs. But this time with some more insurance on our back right now. She's got an extra 5 runs of room.
Ooh, nice pick.
Yeah, I don't know how she did that. I mean, White throws really hard, so that kind of pick right there.
Stop some crazy balls. And that's going to be a leadoff walk.
Yeah, not what you want to see to start this inning. You know, a leadoff walk to the 9-hole hitter. You and I have both heard him say, "Don't do that" multiple times, and
Yeah.
I wasn't even a pitcher.
I think with the Bulldog pitching staff, as they get later in the season, the walks are going to be the biggest part of the game, and especially leadoff walks. And at the end of the day, everybody knows like a leadoff walk is a higher percentage to score. And so, I mean, we're going to see Archibald at the top of the lineup here, but it's going to be 6 balls in a row for Amanda White. But yeah, I think once you get deeper in the season and you're playing, you know, top-ranked teams here, you can't give them bases, especially when you have no outs. You know, changes the momentum of the game.
Yeah, I completely agree. You just can't have it. Like, plain and simple. Not much else you can say about it. I mean, to be honest, I would like to see a game thrown with a maximum of 1 walk. You know, that's what Allison Hughes did yesterday.
Yeah.
Which yeah, might sound like a lot, but if you can try and get yourself to that standard, you know, make that your goal, I think it's pretty feasible.
Yeah. That was a nice pitch by Amanda White. She brought it back to a full count here. And, I think St. Thomas looking to just get runners on. Doesn't matter how, just get on base, and eventually you'll find a way to score. But
Yep.
pass the bat here.
I mean, that's the best part. Like, if you're in Archibald's spot, you know, if I'm her, I'm thinking, I cannot win this game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just need to get on base.
Yeah.
Give someone else the hard job.
Yeah. You have an easy job. Nobody out. You can't be the game ender. You're not going to be the game winner.
And no pressure. You're down by 5 runs.
Yeah.
No pressure. I mean, it's very cool, calm, collected. Nothing crazy. She's just got to keep doing what she's been doing, but fortunately that will not work out. As she flies that one to Tavery Ortiz, and we're going to see a pinch hitter. This is going to be number 9 for the Celts. That's Olivia Sanchez. So I've come to the realization that I tend to jinx people. Every time I say that they're good or they're a good player, they just make me eat my words. And so yesterday, you know, with Hughes throwing the way she did, I was sitting here talking her up so much in hopes that I would jinx her.
For the Bulldogs' sake.
I was like, man, you know, she's doing so great. Like, in the back of my head, like, man, gosh, give up a hit or something, please. So, it didn't work that time, but it works every other time.
It was a big swing. You know what? We actually have a hitter in for Simmons.
Olivia Sanchez. She's a freshman from Houston, Texas. How about that?
We might see Hughes back in the circle next game. I wouldn't be shocked if we do.
I feel like I would.
You'd be shocked to see her again?
No, I'd put her back in.
Oh.
I would try and win the series with her pitching, probably.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do.
I think had yesterday's game went the other way, maybe not, just to keep less of seeing her, because you know you're going to run into them later on.
Yep.
But because they have the a chance to win a series against TLU for the first time, I think, we might be seeing her again.
Yeah, I mean, you really can go either way on it.
Yeah.
But a nice strikeout there from White to get the second out of the inning. So now that'll bring up Chloe Bennett with 2 outs and Moreno hanging out at first base. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the chess you play in this game. Do you give them another look, as that ball nicely blocked by Rodriguez, but unfortunately one of those where it just got away from her.
Bennett's been hitting good this game. She's had the home run, and she had the hit to the fence at a little higher, probably could have gone over.
Yeah.
We are going to see a defensive change for the Bulldogs. We're going to see Missy at first base instead of Hernandez. Missy Moraes, number 6.
Thank you for pointing that out. I like to make sure we can point out all the subs that get put in, but it's hard when they're on defense.
Yeah.
Can't see very well from up here.
I'm focusing on the batter and the count and the book. The book is going to be my biggest enemy here. I've done better.
But you've also done worse on the book, so I'd say you did pretty good today.
Yes.
That one there, high in the air. And that's going to be Swisher making the grab for the final out of the game. So Bulldogs will take game 2 of this conference series. So we will head into game 3, tied series at 1-1. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Maddie, any final thoughts from you to here today?
No, I think that was a nice game by the Bulldogs. I mean, limit walks, limit errors, and find ways to hit the ball. And they couldn't do that yesterday, and this was they needed this win. So I'm excited to watch game 3. It's going to be a good one, and that'll tell us who wins the series here.
All right, well, we'll be back, fans, here in about 30 minutes. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, and we'll see y'all soon.